In today's video, we're going to be pulling the oil pan from this Dodge Dakota. It could be a Dodge Durango or a Dodge Dakota in this case. This is going to be with your V8 Magnum engine. So the 5.2, the 5.9, 318, 360 should be the same process. This is a two-wheel drive truck, but I am removing the oil pan. A lot of people seem to have questions on whether this is possible or not, whether it's worth it or not. So this is my attempt at it, and hopefully to make the easiest work of it. So right away, what you guys will see is that obviously I have access to a lift, so it's going to be a little bit different for you guys if you don't have an access to a lift, but essentially it's going to be the same process of lifting up the engine. You'll notice here, I swung the steering rack out of the way, because if you'll notice, your steering rack sits a little bit above this cross member here. So I wanted to give myself as much clearance as possible so that you don't have to ultimately lift the engine any higher than you need to. So what I did was I just loosened the two bolts. They are slotted on your engine mount side. So on the frame side, you'll see there the actual brackets are slotted. So I just loosened the bolts on both sides, and then I pushed up right there on the block, and I believe I should have sufficient clearance, but we'll find out in a second here. Just want to show you guys first. I'm going to start removing all the bolts that hold the oil pan on, and then we will see what we've got. So disconnecting the power steering rack wasn't that crazy. We got 24 mils here. 13 mil holds your intermediate shaft on there, and just it comes off, and then I just swung this out of the way. I did have to remove the sway bar to get the rack to swing down, but really not that big of a deal. So anyways, that's what we got. Let's take out the oil pan bolts and go from there. As far as stuff up top, you guys are probably going to ask, I didn't really remove anything. Some people recommend removing the distributor cap. This thing does have headers on it, so just assess your situation as necessary, whether if you have headers or don't have headers, if they're going to come into contact with anything. But with these shorty headers, I was able to just lift it up. Didn't do anything with the transmission so far, so let's see if this is enough. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got, boys. So pan bolts are out. The transmission lines kind of getting in our way a bit. You take your dipstick out. Dipstick goes through the actual pan, so. Oh, I am so close, you guys. The bottom of the transmission is just ever so slightly my way at the moment. Kind of getting close on this exhaust pipe here, but let's see if we can't manipulate her a little bit. There we go. Heck yeah. Alright, I am happy with that. Okay, so the pan is out, and that was a pretty easy way of doing it, you guys. So like I said, I can't comment whether it's just as easy with the stock headers. As you can see there, we got them tubular ones, but I don't want to keep this video too long or drag it on too much. You can see there, I got it out pretty easily. I'll swing around over here for you guys. And yeah, I left the exhaust intact. As you can see, somebody's re-welded this, so I can't comment whether yours will be, you know, more clearance, less clearance, whatever, but it is a stock configuration more or less. But anyways, that's it. I'm going to change out the gasket. I'm in here for some rod bearings. Potentially, so I'm gonna continue with that. But if you guys are just doing oil pan gasket, that'll be it. So if you guys found this helpful or informative, make sure you give it a thumbs up before you take off, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next video.